Well, it's morning. We got a long night's sleep because we got in the tent very early because it was cold. I think it got down to about 35 or so. Don't know exactly. And Saw, there he is. I don't know if you can see him. He's under he's under the sleeping bag. He got up one time during the night and said he was cold and put on a jacket. But mostly the wind just kind of died down at some point and it didn't feel quite as cold. But now the sun's starting to come up and we're gonna get some coffee and hot chocolate for Sawyer and try to get all our stuff together. But that's always the thing about getting up in a cold morning. You gotta get your stuff together and break your tent down when it's really cold. So that's what we're about to do. I think we've got about 3 or 4 miles to get out this morning. It's been a fun, just quick overnight on the Pinhoti from Porter's Gap to Adams Gap, south of Chiha. And it was a beautiful trail. All right, well, we'll get started this morning. We'll get all our stuff together and head out. All right, eating a little Pop-Tart and some Cliff Bars this morning just to get going. You can see outside, it's really pretty out there. What do you think, Sawyer? Were you cold last night?
Yeah, I got cold at one point, but other than that, it was pretty fun.
Good deal. It's kind of cold getting started in the morning when it's 34 degrees. Hands are cold, but we got coffee and we're gonna use that to warm up. We'll just slowly get our stuff together and start packing up. It is beautiful up on this mountain. On top of this little mountain, it's, I don't know, maybe a half mile or so off the trail.
Yeah.
And we had to come up this just complete briar bushes and thorns up this old road. It's not even a road anymore. You can't even really see it, but you can see the indention that they used to get up to this old fire tower. You can see the footings of all the fire tower around us, and we thought that it would have more places that would be flat, but it's kind of grown up. I don't think anybody's been up here in a long time. There was a fire ring, but it looked like it hadn't been used in forever.
Yeah.
This is absolutely beautiful up here. Very quiet and peaceful.
Yeah.
All right, now it's time for me to get some coffee. Sunrise on the mountain. Absolutely beautiful. There she comes. Yeah, that's all right. There you go. All right, Stretch, how did you do last night?
Did all right. You know, it was windy, it was cold, but once you get in that warm sleeping bag with all the layers and the gear on, I did all right.
Good deal. And the Altiplex did well?
It did well, yeah. I either by luck or by strategy, I had to back up it where the wind was coming, so I could hear it, but I couldn't really feel it. So it did well.
It wasn't the perfect like flat spots, but it worked out. And how did your stakes get in the ground?
We definitely didn't have them in the ideal setting, but got them all in and got through the night, and that's what's most important.
Cool. Fireball, you all right? Did you do good last night?
I done well.
You didn't sleep though, right?
No, I slept. It was cold. I set my tent up that exact wrong way.
So the wind came through?
It's come straight through right into my face. So.
And JBen got his coffee going. What's up, buddy? You got the, what is it? What's that coffee called you always drink?
Mount Hagen.
Mount Hagen.
I actually ran out of it. I'm cheating on them.
You got the
Pike Place.
Pike Place via Instant.
Ask me how my steaks did with my tent.
How'd your steaks do with your tent? Oh! Gear failure! I mean, there was rock.
I tossed a rock on top of it, so it held.
Good deal. All right, well, great choice, JBen, for a campsite up here. This is awesome. This is Bushwhacking 101. Sawsaw and I, where is he? There he is. Sawsaw and I are headed down to the road, but yesterday when we came up here to this kind of secluded spot, it is completely overgrown. I guess in the summer it would be unmanageable, but we're able to kind of maneuver our way down, just kind of bushwhacking down to the road so we can get back to the trail. Awesome campsite. I would come back here again. Just gotta wear some long pants. Yesterday I had some shorts on even though it was cold. All right, we made it back to the road. You can see Sawsaw behind me somewhere up there. It is a straight up climb up to where the fire tower was, way up there. We're gonna head that way and get back to the trail. We got to find the trail on the other side. When we do, we'll only be about maybe 3.5 miles from the trail, and then we'll be done. final thoughts from Porter's Gap to Adams Gap. I've hiked this several times before, but I believe that I hiked this section in spring or early summer. So it's different with all the foliage gone, but it is beautiful. The climb up to Claremont Point, or whatever that is, at the top of Claremont Gap is stunning. It's beautiful. And you have a lot of rocky sections after that to get you to that Burgess Point that we camped at off the trail. And then beyond that, as you're going toward Adams Gap, it's pretty rocky here. And with all the leaves down, it's been wet last few days, it really creates a little hazard, so you have to be careful with your footing. But a beautiful trail, and it skirts the edge of the ridge up there. And so that is very pretty to see. Well, we're about to make our ascent up to Adams Gap, to the road where the parking lot is and where my car is, hopefully. And appreciate you joining along with this little trip. Just an overnight, a lot of fun. Since it was an overnight, I brought Sawyer along because I knew he would enjoy it, but his fingers and his toes got really cold. All right. Well, we made it to the junction here of the Skyway Trail down to Lake Cheneby. Unfortunately, the sign is now on the ground. So this is where we turn off. We have made it up here to the junction. Going that way behind the camera is where the loop is, going down the Skyway Trail and then back up to the Cheneby Silent Trail that heads you back up to the Pinhoti. But sorry, it's really cold. I'm having a hard time speaking. But we've started down at Porter's Gap, and now we're gonna go up. If you can see the gap in between here, that's where we're heading to Adams Gap, and that's where we'll end our trip. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of As the Crow Flies Hiking. It's been a fun trip. Thanks for going with me, Saw.
Yep.
It's been a good time. Though Sawyer got a little cold coming up here this morning. It was pretty cold, so his fingers and toes got a little cold, but we've had a good time. We'll see you next time on the next episode of As the Crow Flies Hiking.